Hi, everybody. So I'd like to take a minute to talk about internal users and why I think that it's important that we build delightful applications for them. So back in the winter of 2015, I was doing some consulting out in Washington, D.C. It was very cold. It was a snowy winter. And, as some of you guys know, I live in Texas now. I grew up in Illinois. And I stay in Texas to get away from the winter. So I wasn't really extremely happy with having to deal with that. So one cold Sunday night, I flew into DCA and my flight was delayed because of the snow. There was a lot of chaos in the airport and a lot of chaos in the rental car area. When I went over there, the big board was, turned off because they were dealing with everybody's rentals manually. So I went into the customer service shack and I said, "Hey, I've got a reservation. Here's my reservation number, my name. Could I have a car, please?" So the customer service person started banging away at a keyboard. And for about 2.5 minutes, they were typing. And after that, concluded that, yes, I did indeed have a reservation, which was good because it was true. And it took another 2 or 3 minutes for them to, determine that they did in fact have cars available, and another 2 or 3 to come up with a car for me to take off the lot. So they said, "Hey, go out to G23. There will be a car waiting for you." And sort of in the middle of this, I had stuck my head around the counter and I saw that all this banging away and typing, they were using some, old green screen application, circa a long time ago, let's just say. So I go out to spot G23 only to watch the car in G23 drive away because apparently they had assigned that car to the person in front of me in line and then again to me, because their software couldn't keep up with their inventory. So I went back into the shack and, the line of people was growing. They were increasingly grumpy. I, as politely as I could, pointed out that my car had driven away and asked for another one. Took another couple of minutes pushing the line back for them to find me another car. They did. I got on my way, drove over to the hotel, and had a very similar experience there where I, asked for a room. They were kind of booked up, but they were having some confusion because a lot of people canceled because of their flights, et cetera, et cetera. Took a few minutes to figure out whether or not there were any rooms available. And ultimately it wasn't a huge deal, but I will say that a number of similar customer service issues with the car rental place ultimately drove me to change my weekly rentals to another company. And I realized that, I was frustrated as a customer that very simple questions of "do you have any cars available" were hard to answer. And I've got to imagine that those people who are working customer service are even more frustrated than I am because day in, day out, they're struggling with this technology that is not providing them the answers that they need to satisfy their customers. So then their attitudes are, not the best. And I don't really blame them for that. But they're unable to serve their customers in a way that I'm certain is consistent with their brand values. And that ultimately leads to them losing business or people shifting business around and all these kind of things. So, when we talk about building software, anytime that I've heard somebody say, "Oh, this is an end user facing application, it's got to be the best we can do. It's got to be great. It's got to be, engaging and delightful and all these things." And then we talk about internal applications. We say, "It's fine," or whatever. People are going to use it. It's fine. I beg you all to reconsider because, when we give good tools to the people in our organization that are interfacing with our customers on a day-to-day basis, they're going to have better interactions with their customers. Those better interactions are going to drive better business for us. So the next time that you're building an application for internal users, stop and think about what the impact of a delightful application might have on those very people who are interacting with your customers on a daily basis, and consider building them the kind of thing that you would want to use if you had to deal with irate customers all day long. Give them the answers that they need to do their job, because ultimately that's gonna bring around better business for your organization. So just sort of a thought and a story. If you want to talk more about it, feel free to drop some comments down below if you agree with me or if you don't. I'd love to hear from you and discuss this more. Also, always check out my blog at www.kevinmhickey.com, and have a good one. Thanks.